Hadīth 1. Narrated Aisha, the commencement of the divine inspiration to Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, was in the form of good righteous, true, dreams in his sleep. He never had a dream but that it came true like bright daylight. He used to go in seclusion to the cave of Hira where he used to worship Allah alone, continuously for many days, nights. He used to take with him the journey food for that stay, and then come back to his wife, Khadijah, to take his food likewise again for another period to stay, till suddenly the truth descended upon him while he was in the cave of Hira. The angel came to him in it and asked him to read. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, replied, I do not know how to read. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, added, the angel caught me, forcefully, and pressed me so hard that I could not bear it any more. He then released me and again asked me to read, and I replied, I do not know how to read, whereupon he caught me again and pressed me a second time till I could not bear it any more. He then released me and asked me again to read, but again I replied, I do not know how to read, or, what shall I read? Thereupon he caught me for the third time and pressed me and then released me and said, Read, in the name of your Lord, who has created all that exists. Has created man from a clot. Read, and your Lord is most generous, up to that which he knew not. Surah 96, Ayat 1-5. Then Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, returned with the inspiration, his neck muscles twitching with terror till he entered upon Khadijah and said, Cover me. Cover me. They covered him till his fear was over and then he said, O Khadijah, what is wrong with me? Then he told her everything that had happened and said, I fear that something may happen to me. Khadijah said, Never. But have the glad tidings, for by Allah, Allah will never disgrace you as you keep good relations with your kith and kin, speak the truth, help the poor and the destitute, serve your guests generously and assist the deserving, calamity-afflicted ones. Khadijah then accompanied him to her cousin, Waraqah bin Nawfal bin Asad bin Abdul Uzza bin Qusay. Waraqah was the son of her paternal uncle, that is, her father's brother, who during the pre-Islamic period became a Christian and used to write the Arabic writing and used to write of the Gospels in Arabic as much as Allah wished him to write. He was an old man and had lost his eyesight. Khadijah said to him, O my cousin, listen to the story of your nephew. Waraqah asked, O my nephew, what have you seen? The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, described whatever he had seen. Waraqah said, This is the same Namus, that is, Gabriel, the angel who keeps the secrets, whom Allah had sent to Moses. I wish I were young and could live up to the time when your people would turn you out. Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, asked, Will they turn me out? Waraqah replied in the affirmative and said, Never did a man come with something similar to what you have brought but was treated with hostility. If I should remain alive till the day when you will be turned out, then I would support you strongly. But after a few days Waraqah died and the divine inspiration was also paused for a while and the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, became so sad as we have heard that he intended several times to throw himself from the tops of high mountains, and every time he went up the top of a mountain in order to throw himself down, Gabriel would appear before him and say, O Muhammad! You are indeed Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, in truth, whereupon his heart would become quiet and he would calm down and would return home. And whenever the period of the coming of the inspiration used to become long, he would do as before, but when he used to reach the top of a mountain, Gabriel would appear before him and say to him what he had said before. Ibn Abbas said regarding the meaning of, He it is that cleaves the daybreak, from the darkness, Surah 6, Ayah 96, that Al-Isbah means the light of the sun during the day and the light of the moon at night. Hadīth 2. Narrated Anas bin Malik, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, A good dream, that comes true, of a righteous man is one of 46 parts of prophetism. Hadīth 3. Narrated Abu Qatada, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "A true good dream is from Allah, and a bad dream is from Satan." Hadith 4. Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "If any one of you sees a dream that he likes, then it is from Allah, and he should thank Allah for it and narrate it to others, but if he sees something else, that is, a dream that he dislikes, then it is from Satan, and he should seek refuge with Allah from its evil, and he should not mention it to anybody, for it will not harm him." Hadith 5. Narrated Abu Qatada, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "A good dream that comes true is from Allah, and a bad dream is from Satan, so if any one of you sees a bad dream, he should seek refuge with Allah from Satan and should spit on the left, for the bad dream will not harm him." Hadith 6. Narrated Ubadah bin As-Samit, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "The good dreams of a faithful believer is a part of the 46 parts of prophetism." Hadith 7. Narrated Abu Hurairah, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "The good dream of a faithful believer is a part of the 46 parts of prophetism." Hadith 8. Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, I heard Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, saying, "A good dream is a part of the 46 parts of prophetism." Hadith 9. Narrated Abu Hurairah, I heard Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, saying, "Nothing is left of the prophetism except Al-Mubashshirat." They asked, "What are Al-Mubashshirat?" He replied, "The true good dreams, that conveys glad tidings." Hadith 10. Narrated Ibn Umar, some people were shown the night of Qadr as being in the last 7 days of the month of Ramadan. The Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Seek it in the last 7 days of Ramadan." Hadith 11. Narrated Abu Hurairah, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "If I stayed in prison as long as Joseph stayed and then the messenger came, I would respond to his call, to go out of the prison." Hadith 12. Narrated Abu Hurairah, I heard the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, saying, "Whoever sees me in a dream will see me in his wakefulness, and Satan cannot imitate me in shape." Abu Abdullāh said, Ibn Sirin said, "Only if he sees the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, in his real shape." Hadith 13. Narrated Anas, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever has seen me in a dream, then no doubt, he has seen me, for Satan cannot imitate my shape." Hadith 14. Narrated Abu Qatada, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "A good dream is from Allah, and a bad dream is from Satan." So whoever has seen, in a dream, something he dislikes, then he should spit without saliva thrice on his left and seek refuge with Allah from Satan, for it will not harm him, and Satan cannot appear in my shape. Hadith 15. Narrated Abu Qatada, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever sees me, in a dream, then he indeed has seen the truth." Hadith 16. Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "Whoever sees me, in a dream, then he indeed has seen the truth, as Satan cannot appear in my shape." Hadith 17. Narrated Abu Hurairah, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "I have been given the keys of eloquent speech and given victory with awe, cast into the hearts of the enemy, and while I was sleeping last night, the keys of the treasures of the earth were brought to me till they were put in my hand." Abu Hurairah added, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, left this world, and now you people are carrying those treasures from place to place. Hadith 18. Narrated Abdullāh bin Umar, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "I saw myself, in a dream, near the Kaaba last night, and I saw a man with whitish-red complexion, the best you may see amongst men of that complexion, having long hair reaching his earlobes which was the best hair of its sort, and he had combed his hair and water was dropping from it, And he was performing the tawaf around the Kaaba while he was leaning on 2 men or on the shoulders of 2 men. I asked, "Who is this man?" Somebody replied, "He is Messiah, son of Mary." Then I saw another man with very curly hair, blind in the right eye, which looked like a protruding out grape. I asked, "Who is this?" Somebody replied, "He is Messiah, ad-Dajjal." Hadīth 19. Narrated Ibn Abbas, about a man who came to Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, and said, "I was shown in a dream last night." Then Ibn Abbas mentioned the narration. Hadīth 20. Narrated Anas bin Malik, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, used to visit Haram bint Milhan. She was the wife of Ubadah bin as-Samit. One day, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, visited her and she provided him with food and started looking for lice in his head. Then Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, slept and afterwards woke up smiling. Haram asked, "What makes you smile, O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him?" He said, "Some of my followers were presented before me in my dream as fighters in Allah's cause, sailing in the middle of the seas like kings on the thrones or like kings sitting on their thrones." The narrator Ishaq is not sure as to which expression was correct. Haram added, "I said, O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. Invoke Allah to make me one of them." So Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, invoked Allah for her and then laid his head down, and slept. Then he woke up smiling, again. Haram added, "I said, what makes you smile, O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him?" He said, "Some people of my followers were presented before me, in a dream, as fighters in Allah's cause." He said the same as he had said before. I said, "O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. Invoke Allah to make me from them." He said, "You are among the first ones." Then Haram sailed over the sea during the caliphate of Muawiyah bin Abu Sufyan, and she fell down from her riding animal after coming ashore, and died. Hadīth 21. Narrated Kharijah bin Zayd bin Thabit, al-Allah, an Ansari woman who had given a pledge of allegiance to Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, told me, "The Muhajirin, emigrants, were distributed amongst us by drawing lots, and we got Uthman bin Maz'un in our share. We made him stay with us in our house. Then he suffered from a disease which proved fatal. When he died and was given a bath and was shrouded in his clothes, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, came. I said, addressing the dead body, O Aba as-Sa'ib, may Allah be merciful to you. I testify that Allah has honored you." Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "How do you know that Allah has honored him?" I replied, "Let my father be sacrificed for you, O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. On whom else shall Allah bestow his honor?" Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "As for him, by Allah, death has come to him. By Allah, I wish him all good, from Allah. By Allah, in spite of the fact that I am Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, I do not know what Allah will do to me." Allah added, "By Allah, I will never attest the righteousness of anybody after that." Hadīth 22. Narrated Az-Zuhri, regarding the above narration, the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, said, "I do not know what Allah will do to him, Uthman bin Maz'un." Allah said, "I felt very sorry for that, and then I slept and saw in a dream a flowing spring for Uthman bin Maz'un, and told Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, of that, and he said, that flowing spring symbolizes his good deeds." Hadīth 23. Narrated Abu Qatada al-Ansari, a companion of the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, and one of his cavalry men, I heard Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, saying, "A good dream is from Allah, and a bad dream is from Satan, So, if any one of you had a bad dream which he disliked, then he should spit on his left and seek refuge with Allah from it, for it will not harm him. Hadith 24. Narrated Ibn Umar, I heard Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, saying, while I was sleeping, I was given a bowl full of milk, in a dream, and I drank of it to my fill until I noticed its wetness coming out of my nails, and then I gave the rest of it to Umar. They, the people, asked, what have you interpreted about the dream, O Allah's Apostle? He said, it is religious knowledge. Hadith 25. Narrated Abdullāh bin Umar, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, while I was sleeping, I was given a bowl full of milk, in the dream, and I drank from it, to my fill, till I noticed its wetness coming out of my limbs. Then I gave the rest of it to Umar bin al-Khattab. The persons sitting around him, asked, what have you interpreted about the dream, O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him? He said, it is religious knowledge. Hadith 26. Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, while I was sleeping, some people were displayed before me, in a dream. They were wearing shirts, some of which were merely covering their breasts, and some a bit longer. Then there passed before me Umar bin al-Khattab wearing a shirt, and he was dragging it, on the ground behind him. They, the people, asked, what have you interpreted about the dream, O Allah's Apostle? He said, the religion. Hadith 27. Narrated Abu Sa'id al-Khudri, I heard Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, saying, while I was sleeping, I saw, in a dream, the people being displayed before me, wearing shirts, some of which were so short that it reached as far as their breasts and some reached below that. Then Umar bin al-Khattab was shown to me and he was wearing a shirt which he was dragging, behind him. They asked, what have you interpreted about the dream, O Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him? He said, the religion. Hadith 28. Narrated Qais bin Ubadah, I was sitting in a gathering in which there was Sa'd bin Malik and Ibn Umar. Abdullāh bin Salam passed in front of them and they said, this man is from the people of paradise. I said to Abdullāh bin Salam, they said so and so. He replied, Subhanallah. They ought not to have said things of which they have no knowledge, but I saw, in a dream, that a post was fixed in a green garden. At the top of the post there was a handhold and below it there was a servant. I was asked to climb the post. So I climbed it till I got hold of the handhold. Then I narrated this dream to Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him. Allah's Apostle said, Abdullāh will die while still holding the firm reliable handhold, that is, Islam. Hadith 29. Narrated Aisha, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said, to me, you were shown to me twice in my dream. Behold, a man was carrying you in a silken piece of cloth and said to me, she is your wife, so uncover her, and behold, it was you. I would then say, to myself, if this is from Allah, then it must happen. Hadith 30. Narrated Aisha, Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, said to me, you were shown to me twice, in my dream, before I married you. I saw an angel carrying you in a silken piece of cloth, and I said to him, uncover her, and behold, it was you. I said, to myself, if this is from Allah, then it must happen. Then you were shown to me, the angel carrying you in a silken piece of cloth, and I said, to him, uncover her, and behold, it was you. I said, to myself, if this is from Allah, then it must happen. Hadith 31. Narrated Abu Hurairah, I heard Allah's Messenger, peace and blessings be upon him, saying, I have been sent with Jawami ul-Kalam, that is, the shortest expression carrying the widest meanings, and I was made victorious with awe, cast into the hearts of the enemy, and while I was sleeping, the keys of the treasures of the earth were brought to me and were put in my hand. Muhammad said, Jawami ul-Kalam means that Allah expresses in one or two statements or thereabouts the numerous matters that used to be written in the books revealed before the coming of the Prophet. Hadīth 32. Narrated Abdullāh bin Salam, in a dream, I saw myself in a garden, and there was a pillar in the middle of the garden, and there was a handhold at the top of the pillar. I was asked to climb it. I said, I cannot. Then a servant came and lifted up my clothes and I climbed the pillar, and then got hold of the handhold, and I woke up while still holding it. I narrated that to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, who said, the garden symbolizes the garden of Islam, and the handhold is the firm Islamic handhold which indicates that you will be adhering firmly to Islam until you die. Hadīth 33. Narrated Ibn Umar, I saw in a dream a piece of silken cloth in my hand, and in whatever direction in paradise I waved it, it flew, carrying me there. I narrated this dream to my sister, Hafsa, and she told it to the Prophet, peace and blessings be upon him, who said, to Hafsa, indeed, your brother is a righteous man, or, indeed, Abdullāh is a righteous man.